What's up, guys? Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Tony Ferguson's next fight, which is coming up in a matter of weeks, and under 2 weeks at this point. And it was announced just a week ago, if not even a few days ago. It's an awful matchup against Li Jingliang. I'm sure you've heard about it. I don't know. I don't understand this. He's doing some big favors for the UFC, and I don't want to act like I'm lost on Tony Ferguson completely, because I was betting on him to beat Michael Chandler a few months ago. But the reality is he was knocked dead in that fight. One of the biggest knockouts ever. And here he is coming back, moving up a weight class on short notice against Li Jingliang, who is one of the hardest hitters. I mean, in terms of punching power, he might be the alpha at welterweight. He's certainly up there. But I don't know. Maybe Tony, there's a lot of X factors here, him moving up in weight, taking this fight on short notice. I'm going to assume everything is going according to plan, and he's had this plan for 9 months or whatever since he fought Chandler, and he's been taking every possible step and measure to make sure that it goes smoothly, which, by the way, that's not the case. But assuming that is the case, he's still going to come in. I don't see him being able to out-wrestle Li Jingliang, and I don't see him being able to withstand the power of Li Jingliang on the feet for 3 rounds, because Li carries that power late. He's knocked out Zaleski Dos Santos in the 3rd round. He's knocked out Muslim Salikov in his last fight. In the 2nd round, he's knocked out Ponzinibbio, or whoever, in the 1st round. I think he's very dangerous, and he's going to be dangerous for 15 minutes, and he's going to be emboldened as he realizes Tony Ferguson's got nothing for him. I just think this is an awful fight, awful matchup, and it's one thing to do a favor for the UFC when you're going to see something on the back end, which maybe he is money or whatever, but professionally, this is going to be a devastating loss, in my opinion, and a devastating step for Tony Ferguson. I mentioned in the post-fight video to UFC 278 a few days ago that I was worried about Kamaru Usman moving forward. Not that, he looked like he lost a step there, but he was knocked out in the end. And that in itself could be losing a step. And he's 35 years old, and by the time he fights next time, he's going to be 36 and blah, 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 and whatever. And I look at that, everything I said about Kamaru Usman, and it's magnified by 10, amplified by 10. If you look at Tony Ferguson's circumstances, he's 2 years older. He's got a lot more mileage, and in terms of wars, and even just his losses alone to Gaethje and then Michael Chandler, and I know he had a few losses in between there, but those were the big beatings he took, and it's much worse for Tony Ferguson. It's much more of a certainty for me that he's going to start to get knocked out more. And that's something I thought immediately after the Chandler fight. And now that he's fighting Li Jingliang on short notice with whatever, like I said, I'm assuming everything's going according to plan, which I'm really not. But if you do assume everything's going according to plan, it's still a very difficult fight. And then you consider probably nothing's going according to plan, where there was a lot of money on the line to entice him, because they wanted to beef up this UFC 279 card. It's got Nate Diaz versus Chimaev, but other than that, it's been dog shit. And that is not a title fight anyway, but it's one of the few non-title fights they can use to anchor a pay-per-view, and they're using it, but still, they're worried because they're doing all they can to put this fight card together. They also put Kevin Holland versus D-Rod on short notice. That's an excellent fight. I love that fight. But on short notice, that's insane. That's a big fight. So they've been putting things together for a while, and that's why I'm assuming maybe there's been a little more training, and I'm sure these are, anybody they got to fight was somewhat in shape and whatever. But it has me worried with Tony Ferguson, 170 being the wrong kind of compromise. That shows that maybe he's not in shape. And I don't know. Of course you can say, hey, maybe he's out of options at 155. Yeah, but 170 is a tall order, and I think this is a bad move. It's not going to go his way, and, I hope to see him lose a decision. That's where I'm at with this fight. Really difficult, And for him, all of his eggs are in one basket because, like I said, he's approaching 40. He was just knocked dead with one of the worst or best knockouts ever in his last fight, which really wasn't that long ago. I wish I could remember what it was, but man, this is I don't think it's going to be a good night for Tony Ferguson, and I think in one way or another this is the end. Or maybe the end was a Chandler fight, whatever. Gaethje.